Hello everyone, welcome back. This is my third project for Kitaholic Kits for the month of March. And I am working in a 9 by 12 size today. So I've already chosen my photos and I've cut down my backing paper. And I chose these two papers as the papers that I'm going to use in the layout today. Now as soon as I saw these papers in the matching colours, I knew I wanted to use them all. And so I'm actually going to use the A side and the B side of these papers because I love how cohesive and how beautiful these rainbow colours are. And I am creating essentially a torn edge where I'm just going to layer all of these papers over one another. So I'm doing that first of all with these two papers, which is I actually don't know if this is A or the B side, but the point is I loved these two the most, so I wanted them to be kind of more to the side because they'll not have much overlap. Then I'm flipping over the one page and I'm using that yellow to break up that brightness a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with the flowers and I'm going to essentially just stick that all down like so, and then that is ready to be the base of my page. I am telling a story about going to Pride with my daughter and my husband and my best friend in 2021. And I love this because in these photos, my Emila, she's got this rainbow streamer that she's playing with. So I love those photos. We got these doilies in a kit a while ago and I thought they would be really good once I stamped out those photos to stick them onto these doilies and to create a bit of a background, which I really liked. I was ahhing about what to do with them after I had done with the sticking on the doily. And then I thought it'd be really cool if I back them onto the rest of this paper, which basically would, I could then line them up to the matching stripe on the right-hand side. Sorry, that was a struggle to get out. So what I'm doing is I'm sticking these three down and I'm going to roughly cut around the edges. And then when I stick these three circles down the page, the pinks will essentially match. Like so. Not the pinks, the stripes. So I'm flipping that over. I'm propping those up on foam tape to give it a bit of dimension because I didn't want this layout to look too flat. And I am trying, but not too hard, but I'm trying to sort of line up those color strips. Once I stuck them down, I punched out another one, which was, I punched it out of the green area, and that was going to be for my journaling. So I punched out the circle and I created like a bit of a border using a distress crayon. I did use my jelly roll, but I didn't like how that looks. So I used a pink distress crayon to create a bit of a messy border. And I'm adding this little tag from a sticker sheet, but I'm just going to add a little hole so I can put a bit of twine on there. And then what I thought would be fun is if I flipped this journaling card. So it's not the yellow to green, it actually goes green to yellow, and it would hopefully, my thought was that it would make it stand out a little bit from the background, and I think I succeeded. I am just doing my lines here because, as I've said many times before, my journaling is much neater when I actually draw my lines in beforehand. And it also allows me to fit in a little bit more journaling because I can draw the lines a little bit closer together if I needed to. So that is done. I added my journaling there and I'm just going to stick that right there between those two circles. I did feel this kind of threw it off a little bit because I now have the three circles and one circle for journaling. And so to follow the rule of threes, I am going to punch out another little circle from the pink top part and I'm going to layer that with a little sticker. And I'm also going to add some of that distress crayon. And I'm going to do the blue one. We got these in a kit a while ago as well. I'm not sure which one. I also use my fingers to kind of smudge out the edges so it looks a bit messy. I add another one of these circles, but this time I don't add the distress crayon because I didn't have another color that matched. And also because it was so small, I thought it would just look a bit messy and chaotic. So I am going to stick that down. Sorry, that's my daughter's little hand. She wanted to say hi. I'm sticking that down, but then I actually found a sentiment in the sticker sheet that said something, and I can't remember what it said now, and it's obviously off camera, of course. But it said something like, be yourself, which I thought was a really nice sentiment for the story that I was telling. So I'm sticking that down, and I'm creating just like a little extra cluster of circles. This gave me the idea to just start adding a bit of circles. So I add 2 more circles to the bottom and 2 more circles to the top to, again, follow the rule of thirds, but honestly, I've lost count. I don't know how many 3s we've got on here. Added that little rainbow above the love there. And I do move those circles so they're a little bit closer together. You can see that here. Next up is my title. I'm using the alpha we got this month, and I love these because you can spell out these really, really long, wordy titles because they're so itty-bitty and there's so many numbers. I actually have a few of those for myself as well. So my title is Pride Day 21, and as you can imagine, these photos are a little bit old. I am just using those little doilies to cover up my photos so I can do some ink splatters. So I got some matching colors. So I've got a pink, a yellow, a green, and a blue ink color, and I am just very gently splattering them on the background. I am focusing mainly on having them on the white part of the background rather than the rainbow, but I thought it would look nice doing a bit of a tone on tone on the other side as well, which is what I did. Then as a last little thing, I'm taking my Distress Oxides in matching colors and I'm just swooshing them around the outside of the edge, and I'm blending them to be the same colors as the rainbow colors. So I'm starting with a pink, and then I'm going in with a red, then I'm going to go in with a yellow, and then a green and a blue. So just because I wanted there to be a bit of a border on the outside of that page, otherwise I thought that it felt like everything was just floating. And so with this little trick, I could just create a bit of a edge or a border, whatever you want to call it, and I really like how that looks. I do take my fingers and a brush as well, and I kind of smoosh it a little bit onto the page so that, so that you can see a little bit better, as you can see that I'm doing there. And then the last thing I'm doing, I believe I'm adding the date. Oh yes, I am. Sorry, I'm a bit sick at the moment. It's very annoying. So once that is done, you can't really see it unless it's on a white background, which conveniently my photos are, so you can see them on the photos. But anyway, they made a difference to me, and you can see the difference in person as well. Then I'm going to add my date, and for some reason I completely stamped the wrong date, and I don't know why. It was on the 14th of November 2021, and these photos were taken, and then I stamped the 14th of September. I don't know why, because it wasn't the 14th of September 2021, but anyway, I am going to just cut a little strip, which I only had a tiny strip of this green left, which I was really grateful for. I'm going to stick it over that little mistake, and you cannot tell that there is a mistake at all. So I'm going to stick that over, I'm going to fix the date, stamp the actual date, and then this layout is done. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you all again next week for another layout. Bye.